Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany Shine, and today I want to talk about the benefits of breastfeeding. I've been breastfeeding my son for 2.5 months now. He's my firstborn son. I've never breastfed before. This is the first time I've ever breastfed in my life after 27 years that I've been living on this earth. And I had no idea what I was getting into. I had my mom's friends and relatives, like I had different relatives ask me if I was gonna breastfeed, if I was gonna do formula, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna breastfeed. Like it's just gonna be, it's gonna be easy. Like I thought breastfeeding was easy. Well, apparently it was a whole different world the first month that I breastfed my son Benjamin, and it was rough. It was rough because I didn't know what I was doing, and it wasn't like he couldn't latch on, but there were times when I was uncomfortable or he was uncomfortable, and it just wasn't a harmony. It was just like, okay, what are you doing? Like it was just bad. So he kept crying, he was fussing, it was really stressful like the first 2 weeks, but really the first month it was really stressful because um sometimes he would have enough milk and other times he wouldn't have enough milk, and I was impatient and I didn't know how long to feed him. So it was just really, really rough. But I went to a lactation consultant one time, um, and I went a second time, but the first time she really just showed me like all you have to do is do this, this, and this. Like it was really that simple. She was an older lady and she knew what she was talking about. And so I'm just gonna tell you the benefits and what you can do while you're breastfeeding. You are the only person that can breastfeed your baby. You're the only person that your baby can feed off of. Like everyone else, they can only feed your baby a bottle. But you are the only person that can breastfeed your baby, and your baby will know that, and your baby will see you as mommy. Like, oh, that's mommy. Mommy is the only person that can breastfeed me. And it's a bond, it's a special bond that that's unexplainable. Like it's really just a beautiful bond between you and your baby. And you can still bond with your baby with the bottle, but it's something about breastfeeding your baby that God has created just for mothers to do. Like it's unexplainable and it's natural. It's free. Like you don't have to buy formula. You don't have to buy Similac or Infamil or the other formulas that people sell in the stores. Like it's really beneficial. So don't let anyone tell you, not even the doctors, like don't let anyone tell you that you can't breastfeed. Your body was made for this. Your God has created you to breastfeed your baby. Now, if you heard from the Lord, if the Lord specifically said you're not able to do this, you have to, you know, go to the formula, then go to the formula. Like he knows what's best for you and your baby. But like for the majority of us, like if God has given you breasts and he is giving you a stomach that can stretch out and your baby can grow in your belly, and when your baby comes out, like you can breastfeed your baby. um so yeah, it's free. I mean, the only thing that you would have to purchase, if you want to do this, is get some storage bags. I would highly recommend storage bags. I have the brand called Parents Choice. Parents Choice storage bags. They only cost $8 for 100 storage bags. For only $8, $8 to $9, and I think I got it from Walmart. My mother-in-law, she bought it from Walmart for only $8. Um, so you can literally get some storage bags and a breast pump, manual pump or an electric pump. I have a manual pump. I've never used an electric pump. It's working out just fine. Like the manual pump, of course, it's going to be different from when your baby feeds off straight from your breast, because your baby can get the milk better than the pump. So don't think that you're not supplying enough milk, because you may not see as much milk in the pump as you would with your baby, like feeding off of you. So um, I would recommend buying a specific pump if you feel like you need to pump out more milk. Also, of course, drink lots of water. Like that is so important, because when you're breastfeeding, you can't slack. Like this is hard work, so you have to really get plenty of water. I drink a 100% apple juice, which is, it works out just as well. Mother's tea, I think it's called, yeah, mother's tea, mother's milk tea or something like that. I'm actually sitting in a rocking chair, so rocking chairs are really good for breastfeeding. Sometimes you may need to put a pillow behind your back to get the proper position, because when you're like, he's not a newborn anymore, but when he was a newborn all the way up until like 4 to 6 weeks, it was really hard for him to get a good latch sometimes, because of the position that we were in. Like sometimes if I leaned back too much, he couldn't get the milk, or um, if I sat on the couch but I didn't sit all the way back, like he wouldn't get all the milk out. um, so it's really all about positioning too. But the main thing is just to keep going. Like you just want to keep going, because that is how you're going to get an easier flow of breastfeeding. It takes time to get that easy flow, because the first month, I would say the first month, or really just the first 2 weeks, it's going to be the hardest. Like just speaking from my experience, it was the hardest, because newborns, especially if they're like small, like they don't really know how to latch on all of the time. Or you may not know what you're doing all the time. So it can be a little stressful, but it's okay. If your baby cries and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not supplying enough milk, don't worry about that, because I went through that. There was like 2 days, the roughest days. Oh my goodness, it was in the first month, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm running out of milk. Like I have low milk supply. My baby's crying like crazy. Don't worry about that. Let your baby cry. It's gonna be okay. Um, just keep drinking water. And for me, I made the mistake of drinking Sprite. Why did I do that? I don't know. But I drank Sprite, and Benjamin was like, I breastfed him, and there wasn't enough milk coming out, and I wasn't drinking a lot of water either. So that really just made it worse. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, like how long will it be before he's able to eat again?" Because he wasn't really able to eat anything, which was so stressful. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, apparently, all I had to do was just drink some water. And 3 hours later, not 2 days later, 3 days later, only 3 hours later, was I able to get the milk back flowing again. So your milk constantly flows from your breast, and um, you don't want to let it get too engorged to where you're leaking. Like, leaking is good when you know you have enough milk, but you don't want to get into a habit of like waiting until the leak comes out, because then you'll be wasting milk, and supposedly it decreases your milk supply. So I would just keep breastfeeding. And even when you feel like your baby is crying for more breast milk, and you're like, I don't have anything in me to give, like I need to eat some more. No, trust me, you would be surprised how much milk you have in your breast. And your baby, I'm telling you, your baby knows how to get that milk out of your breast. So like after the first month, everything just went so smooth. But the only thing is you have to have patience. Like, this is an ongoing, constant thing. You're gonna go through some growth spurts, cluster feeding, which means that you're going to have to feed them constantly, sometimes every hour, sometimes every 30 minutes. Like, it can get crazy, but it doesn't last long. Like, it only lasts for a few days. Um, but normally, like right now, like I would breastfeed Benjamin 15 to 30 minutes on each side. So at least 15 to 30 minutes on each side. And after that, he would go to sleep. He would go to sleep, and it'll be like 2 or 3 hours later. He'll wake back up. He'll cry a little bit. I want some more milk. Okay, fine. But the first month, boy, was like every 30 minutes. It seemed like every 5 minutes I had to feed him. I'm like, didn't I just feed you? Like, aren't you full? And it just seemed like he was never full, but he was going through that growth spurt. He's growing. So now that he's getting bigger, is he's more calm. He's a lot more calm now. Like, this video, like, you would be surprised how he used to act um, in the first month of breastfeeding him. So
Okay, cool. So I also wanted to share something. Hello everybody. My name is Marcus. Brittany's husband, Benjamin's dad. I just wanted to share something. I heard my wife in here sharing about breastfeeding, and I just wanted to tell the fathers out there that it's a hard thing to experience when your spouse doesn't quite know what to do concerning breastfeeding, like the beginning stages of that. It's hard kind of just watching and not knowing what to do. You want to do everything that you can, but you don't really know what to do. That's why prayer is needed, patience is needed, just being there for your wife the best way that you know how. But also giving her space, to kind of figure it out, especially if she's a first time mother, and really desires to breastfeed. I know Brittany had a very deep desire to do that, and she's a fighter. So I think that, it's important to encourage her, but also give her space. Make sure that she has what she needs, and then just kind of let her figure it out. But be in her corner, pray for her. Being in her corner doesn't always mean, what can I do? What can I do? What you need? You all right? Are you okay? And that's great. That's a cool thing to do. We try to be there for them, but sometimes the best way to be there for them is just to support them and pray for them. And just let her know that she can do it. That's all I wanted to share.
It takes teamwork. It takes teamwork to take care of a baby. Like, this is, I mean, you think, oh, it's just a baby. No, it's not just a baby. Like, you gonna be crying like a baby if you if you don't
Really
have
though.
God on your side and
Man.
your spouse. Like, it's important. It's important for your spouse to help you in these times, whether you are the dad or whether you are the mother. Thank you, ladies, for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you found this video helpful, and we'll be posting more videos like these soon. So thank you, ladies, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.